Hello, cherished ducklings. How are you? I'm Peri Lyons. Peri Lyons, New York City, celebrity psychic. My hair is wet, just like it was last week. But this time it was because I jumped in the pool and stayed there too long. So, hello. So, cheers. I've got a Diet Coke here. So, semi-cheers. Anyway, I'm here for you tonight for the next half hour. And I am very, very dedicated to your happiness and your most success, your most prosperity, your most love. And so please call in tonight. I do both mediumship work and plain old, like psychic fortune telling, but in a really good way, in a holistic way. Anyway, so I'm so glad you're here. I don't know if you guys saw that full moon last night. It was deluxe. It was extra deluxe. It was the brightest full moon for 170 years. I guess they just changed the bulb or something to a higher wattage. That's not the most scientific explanation, but I'm sticking with it. Anyway, it also, the K2 comet got very close to the Earth last night. Luckily, it went by. I'm not sure what that means astrologically, but comets are historically supposed to be herald historic events. So hopefully really good ones, but I'm thinking yes. Not getting a bad vibe there. So we're going to start off with the tarot psychic weather, which is, as I always say, just like regular weather, except less damaging to crops. I'm going to pick 3 cards, completely unprepared. I haven't seeded the deck or anything. And the first card is the first part of the week. Second card is second card of the week. And you're getting the hang of this. The third card is the last part of the week. And I've been sort of surprised about how accurate these are. I found myself midweek this past week going, wait a minute, this is what the psychic weather tarot card said for right now. And it was. So, ready? Okay. I keep my cards in an enormous cardboard box because other people keep them in silk, but I'm like, they're my buddies. Okay, 1 second. All right, first card is, this is the, let me see this. This card, it's the 7 of Pentacles. Now, this can mean a couple of things. It's a guy leaning on a hoe. That's H-O-E. Oh, hi, Elaine in Orangeville, Ontario, Canada. I'll be with you as soon as I finish this. Okay, so this is a guy leaning on a hoe, and I'm spelling that with an E in the end, just in case you get any false ideas, although there's nothing wrong with leaning on other kinds of hoes. The 7 in tarot and, in numerology and in life indicates luck. He's looking at his resources. So what this can mean is that as you're cleaning up your house, and if you're done, please come over and clean mine, you might find something valuable, either emotionally, sentimentally, or it's really funny because today I just found out that a framed drawing I've had on my wall for ages is actually kind of valuable. Anyway, I'm taking it to the city, so don't come and rob me. So it's also that something you've done in the past, something you've done or made, or inherited, there's a lucky thing coming up for you, basically. It's so something you find in your house, something you find perhaps in your records. You might even want to go to your local, your state comptroller's office and look for unclaimed funds. I did that 10 years ago and I found $16,000. So just going to throw that out there. The middle of the week, you might find yourself changing sort of horses in midstream, not literally, because, if you're changing horses in midstream, you got too many horses, basically. But metaphorically, what this means, the Fool card is somebody who's taking a step up and starting fresh. And this could be anything from a kind of life-changing event that gives you a big step up and a fresh start. It could be a decision. You could just decide, I'm going to get sober. I'm going to take myself seriously. I'm going to revamp my social media. I'm going to, something that is a fresh start that you have decided. But either way, the Fool card is a huge opportunity for a fresh start. Okay, and what have we got here? Oh, that's nice. There's going to be some sort of reunion with somebody from your past. Can you see that? I'm sorry, I don't know why this is so blurry. There we go. So, as you can see, a little boy and a little girl are exchanging gold cups, but he's kind of giving her the cups. And six, this is a six card. Six is the number of both work, and it's also a number of healing. So this could be a past job coming back and offering you something good. But mostly what this card always says to me is somebody romantic from your past is coming back. Now, this isn't always a good thing. It isn't always a bad thing. It's just something that might happen. Or it might be that somebody in your life romantically starts acting the way they used to when they met you. I find that one good way to get them to do this is to duct tape them to a chair and put them in the closet for 4 days and throw food in through the transom. I'm kidding. That's right. I'm kidding. No, but don't try that at home. What it does mean is that there's a renewal of affection in some ways. Or you might reconnect with an old flame or a dear friend from the past. So to sum up this week's tarot psychic weather, I've completely forgotten. Oh, right. You are probably going to discover a resource, a very good one that you didn't know you had. Or you might be looking through your past, like redoing your resume, and discover that you have very valuable skills. So our resources, emotional, physical, and spiritual, are always there for us. We just sometimes forget to look. So, beginning of this week, look. Second, the Fool card indicates a new beginning, a fresh start, whether this is imposed on you or it's something that you decide to do, it's going to be successful. And then the last card is somebody from your past reappearing in some way, in a good way. I can't guarantee that, like on the card, that they're going to give you golden cups filled with flowers, but if they do, that's awesome, and send me one of the cups. Okay, thank you. Hi, okay, so I'm going to have some more Diet Coke. Going to put my big box of cards down. And hello, my darling from Ontario. Are you still there?
I am.
Oh, thank you, Elaine. Elaine, the lily maid of Astolat. Elaine was a very character from the legend of King Arthur.
Okay.
She was the Lady of Shalott, not the onion, the place. Anyway, hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And I'd like to connect you through your birthday. So if you can just tell me what day and month you were born.
August 21st.
Ooh, good day. Cool. Oh, that's interesting. There is no such thing as a cusp sign in the same way, people talk about being on the cusp. It's like
Right.
my liver kidney, but they're not the same thing. But what it does mean is I'm going to bet that you have a fair amount of Leo in your chart and a fair amount of Virgo. So you can be both an introvert and an extrovert very easily. You're a little more reliable than Leos. I love my Leos, but you guys, you're always late, let's face it. But you're really entertaining. But so you have both the introvert quality of Leos and the warmth and the outgoingness, but you also have the healing quality and the steadfastness and purity of Virgos. Virgo's a very misunderstood sign. Most people, it's like about being obsessive compulsive. It's not. It's about a search for purity, idealism, and establishing essentially a kind of a spiritual, emotional garden. Okay, so how can
Oh,
would you like me to just do a general reading, or are you okay?
I am. Yeah, I just it just stalled there for a second. I didn't hear what your option was. You said a general or
I was wondering, I get a couple of specific questions on the top of your head. I mean, not
okay,
literally balancing them, but one feels about like troop, and one feels about more like family and
right?
family. So, which one would you
Family.
like to do?
Family.
Cool. You have two or two kids or three kids? Sorry, I'm having a little trouble with that.
3.
Okay. Is the three, I don't know why he took a bit longer to show up. Is it two girls and a boy?
No, they're all 3 girls, but there is quite a gap between them. So
Oh, maybe that's it. Is one of
yeah,
them,
they're over a span of. Sorry.
does one of them
Go
have a
ahead.
more proactive, I don't want to say male energy, but than the other two?
Yes.
Because you've got two very poetic sort of, I don't mean princess in a negative way, but I mean sort of princess in a dreamy fairy tale. And then you've got one who's just really straightforward. Boom.
You're right. Yes. You're right.
Correct?
Yes, very much so.
Who's the one who looks the most like you?
The straightforward one.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's also probably something you have in common, but she takes it to a little more of an extreme. Is she a fire sign?
Sagittarius.
Okay, yeah, that was get very Sagittarian to be that like shoot from the hip. And which is the
Okay.
one you? Because I can reassure you that they're all going to be fine. Is it the middle one?
Actually, the youngest. The middle one
Okay.
says it, but the youngest one means it.
Yeah,
I don't
that's yeah. Is she a water sign? That one?
know. Okay, I have an Aries and a Cancer on the 21st, and Sagittarius. So
Uh,
I don't know if
okay.
any of those are water.
She okay. Cancer is
Cancer,
water.
Leo. Okay.
Is that the youngest?
Yes.
Okay, Cancer. She's a Cancer. Again, she has Leo in her chart, but she's very the water sign thing came through loud and clear. She has a hard time communicating her needs directly. She thinks she's communicating them directly, but she's kind of communicating them in a sort of a mixture of Choctaw sign language and metaphor. It can be a little hard to get her to say what she thinks she's communicating, but she's very poetic.
Right.
She's very, very gifted in language. I mean, I think she's a very good writer, or else,
Yeah.
hold on. And she has artistic talent. So, I mean, she could write and illustrate like a children's book or any other kind of book. But she's very dreamy and very sensitive, except when she's not, which is interesting. But you might have to. How old is she? She's 16? No, she's older.
No, she'll be 24 this month.
She's a little stuck at 16. When I said she's older, what I got was, some of us have different ages we stay inside. I'm like 36.
Okay.
Hike. But she is also 5. I mean, she was the cutest 5-year-old ever living. She's also 16. She's getting used to being 24, but she hasn't quite figured out the adulting thing yet. You want to be careful not to enable her too much. Because it's hard not to. She's so charming and she's so like, I just need a little help, but be careful with that. She's hanging out with some kind of lucky people. So I'm not even going to wait for an acknowledgement that I'm right, because I know I'm right. Get her the hell out of there.
Okay.
I her to France or something for a week or two. She needs to be away from the crowd. She's starting
She
to
just came
sign
back
in.
from Iceland.
What?
She just came back from Iceland.
Oh, I love Iceland. Wow. Did you bring me? Can I have a puffin? Well, that was a good
Get
idea.
in trouble.
What?
So you might get in trouble bringing home birds.
Yeah, good point. Sorry. I love Iceland. I had Bjork over to my house, I'll have you know.
Wow.
Well, but anyway, she's going to be okay, but she's a little bored, which is odd. She doesn't need to be bored. I would find some sort of poetry or acting or painting class and shove her into it and just slam the door. That makes sense?
Yeah, sure. She actually sells a lot of her artwork. She is very
Oh.
talented, you're right, and she makes a lot of drawings and she has crystals and skulls incorporated. She's made quite a bit of money, and of all of my kids, she's actually the most independent. So, you know, I'm sure I don't see every side of her. She's been out of the house since she was 18 with school and whatnot, but she is very, very artistic and spiritual and nature girl. Of all of my kids, she's one I worry the least about. She's very strong and independent. Maybe
I'm sorry.
they're overlapping. I don't know. She lives with the other sister, so maybe the energies are.
I heard you say you're worried about the youngest. So I'm sorry, I misheard that.
No, I'm not sure. Yeah, she actually, when you're saying that she has trouble communicating her feelings and stuff, you're right, because she'll just say, I'm okay. And you know she's not. I can tell, you know, it's like, okay, you can't get it out. No, I'll be fine. Let's figure it out. Okay.
Yeah, in that
Her
case,
biggest worry is worrying me.
can you paint how you're feeling? Can you take a few minutes and just paint your general gestalt feelings and hand it to me? Or can you write a poem about what you're feeling? That's how to
Good
get through. Yeah, because she's made of color. I mean, very talented. The reason I was married to a very successful New York fine artist painter for a long time. The reason I say it would be good for her to take a class is because it would be good for her to have a little competition and have, and I think her drawing her technical drawing could be stronger, even though she's very naturally talented. But my husband, the painter, he always took life drawing classes. And it's sort of like the more structure you get, the more freedom of expression you have, if that makes sense. So I'm not very talented.
It's not like inspired through other people's work too, right? I mean, it opens up your mind.
I would recommend a life drawing class for her because it would, I think. Okay, so let me just see. I'm going to ask my producer, how much time do we have, babe? Dave? 5 minutes? I guess I am going to stay with you. Is that okay?
Sure.
Good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Elaine. Elaine, there's a very famous painting about Elaine, which is called The Lady of Shalott. It's a pre-Raphaelite painting by, I believe, Waterhouse. Anyway, you might want to look it up because it's gorgeous.
I will.
And
Waterhouse, okay.
She's kind of your spirit animal, except in a good way.
Okay.
What are you worried about?
I
don't think you're worried about anything. I think they're fine. Honestly, they're all good. The oldest
my direction, where I'm going. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to be on my own or if I'm going to,
Oh, no, you're not.
I don't
know. No, you're not going to be on your own. And that's the reason I had a feeling that I was going to need the cards for this, not need them. But what I'd like you to own is that you actually have wanted to be alone. The Lover's card upside down means that as soon as you decide truly that it's safe for you to be in a relationship, because it hasn't always been, you'll have whoever you want.
Right.
I kept feeling you were born in one of those Chinese astrology years, like tiger or dragon or snake. Or
I'm a tiger, yeah.
Yeah, I thought
I'm a tiger.
I'm going to say tiger because tiger women, all we have to do is just go. I mean, I hate to sound. It's It doesn't matter.
Eh,
Just